Good morning. It's 6:30. We're getting later and later and later getting up. And earlier and earlier and earlier to getting to bed. Still. We have 19 miles until the next reliable on-trail water. So that's our lofty goal for the day. Do 19 miles. Yeah. But yeah, the water situation is a bit unfortunate. We picked up the bladder again. Our big camel thingy bladder, which we had sent ahead from the Sierras, because obviously Sierra, you don't have issues with water. Mine, which I had capped, unfortunately got a hole in it, I suspect, from the bastard beer canister, and we had to ditch it at Donner Pass, where it had emptied itself into the pack. It was a tiny, tiny hole, but because the thing is constantly under pressure in the backpack, it was no point sticking something on it because it'll just burst through. So I'm extremely reluctant to fill our current bladder while I still carry the beer canister, because the same damn thing is likely to happen to that one, and then we're without. So we'll see how we manage the water today. There's a couple of springs off trail. One of them quite a long way off trail. Well, there's actually supposed to be 3, but one of them reports seem to suggest is dry. Nice volcanic rocks everywhere here. And nice flowers. And nice hikers. Nice morning. But the sun's already coming up. Obviously. It does that. Ooh, these are new, I think. Good morning. I think we have reached the longest blowdown of the PCT so far. That is a long, long tree. It's also annoying because it's now away, but that's beside the point. Yeah, you can either limbo dance or limbo dance at a slightly lower level, so I think we're going for, oops, the slightly lower level. You okay? We're running out of beeps.
I should be a gymnast.
Yeah. You just have to work on your landings. It's just gone 9 and we're baking in the sun. This does not bode well, but it does look good. It is pretty, yeah, but yeah, pretty and slightly exposed. We have a 1,500 foot climb to do today. Not for a little while, not until it's proper hot. And I'm a little bit worried because of the heat. Now the high mountains I can see on that side, or higher mountains, are all nicely wood covered. So maybe we're lucky and it sends us that way. I just had a breakfast break and filled up with water at Little Cup Spring. And we're starting our climb for the day, heading once again towards this mountain, which, based solely on descriptions, a geologist told us is probably Mount Shasta.
She's the one panting. Nice views up here. And a beautiful wind. Cool us down a bit. Yeah, she's waiting for me. There she is. 4.5 miles.
Yep.
So we go that way.
That's us. Permanent water in 0.7. Yeah, this is Carter Creek Spring, I think, down there. We don't need any water at the moment, but it is the last, as far as we know, the only on or off trail, or the last on or off trail water for the next 10 miles. So if you get to this point and you're slightly low on water, the 0.7 are a good idea to hike, even though it is a long way. We are still pretty full. Hopefully we'll make the 10 miles. Yay, the snow traverses are back. We knew there'd be snow on top here. Kind of didn't expect it on this side of the hill, because usually the MO is you go up one side snow free and the other one has snow on it. But hey, it'll be nice and slushy at this time. Snow.
I love it! It's like fluffy ice cream.
Oh, if that was made of fluffy ice cream, we'd eat our way through it. Just finished our lunch break. It is beautiful.
Get all the sweets herself. Didn't give me any. No wonder I'm wasting away.
Yeah, we've overdid it with the snacks a bit. We're like, what,
I didn't have any.
a mile and a half from the top?
About a mile.
About a mile. The heat's getting to us a bit. Tiredness is getting to us a bit, but we're still in reasonably good spirits that we can make it down the other side of that hill and achieve today's goal. It all depends on, yeah, whether he stops being a fool and starts hiking, basically. But yeah,
what did you say?
Whether you stop being a fool and start hiking.
I can be a hiking fool.
Yeah, true. But what I wanted to show you was how this is actually a little camp spot, and it has got a lovely view of said mountain.
And it's not just the view of me.
No, he doesn't come with this camp spot. Also,
For the right money, I can do for one night. Requests. Only £10,000 a night. I'm cheap, man. What a pain in the ass.
we made a high point, and as expected on the way down, on the other side of the hill, there's quite a few more of the snowfields left. I mean, none of them are more than, you know, a couple of meters, but yeah, that's what usually happens.
Yeah, they look okay.
Far more important, does his hair look okay? Okay, I don't know.
It's a wild, rugged look today.
Define okay.
I've took my buff off. And this is my wild, rugged look.
Okay. Move your wild, rugged look into the snow now.
Okay.
Right. Look at that. We seem to have reached the official PCT midway point. Obviously, it's not our midway point because we skipped 302 miles, but it's still the PCT midway point.
Oh.
Well, it's the official monument. There is actually arguments that this is not anymore the midway, because it isn't. The PCT is not. Well, it is 2,650 miles, but this is apparently not. Whoops, at 1,325.
Yeah, we did it. We did it. It's 350 miles. Whoa.
306.
306. Excuse me to take the backpack off because you can. No beers though. This is a bit of a letdown. I shouldn't bring my own because I'm a tight get.
Well, if we had made it here under our own steam and this was the actual midway point, we would have brought some beers to celebrate, but it isn't. We're on the last mile and a half of the day. Racing a little bit because we ended up sitting at the midway point for nearly an hour. Because we were just taking in water and we were probably ready to leave when another hiker came past and he nearly missed the fact that that was the midway point. So we got chatting and just a really good long old natter. His name was Chief from Denmark. A really, really nice guy. It turned out he'd hiked, like, the hot springs area the same day we did. So we had met a lot of the same hikers, so we were doing a lot of kind of like, oh yeah, what happened to him? What happened? And he's done the Sierras all the way through. He's one of the hardcore people. With somebody we met on, I think, the second day, and sort of leapfrogged for a little while until he left us in the dust. A chap called Dignity. So that was nice to see that he's still sort of okay. We made it to Soldier Creek. Being very quiet because there's a couple of people already asleep down there. It's 7:15. 7:15, you'd say?
10 past.
7:10. Yeah, we did good time. We should do this more often. Now we just have to pitch the tent and be quiet. Well, today was a really good day.
I won the lottery. Oh, that didn't happen then.
No, but we achieved what we set out to achieve.
We annoyed everyone. We didn't do that either.
Well, possibly. You will probably have done. No. We did our nearly 19 miles to Soldier Spring. Got through the Waterloo Stretch. And, yeah. Despite taking tons of breaks today. And I think that's probably the way forward for us, to take tons of breaks. And then just keep going, because, the heat does get to us, and so does the hiking. And well, maybe breaks are the way forward. On our first little break, our pre-water break, we met
a really nice guy.
Yeah, we met a day hiker who was just doing a section by the name of Nicholas Eisen, who turned out to work for Sierra Nevada Brewing Company, which happened to be the people whose beer we drank back in Lake Isabella. The pitcher that two of our subscribers so kindly donated to us. So we could genuinely tell him we know his beer and we really like it because it was great beer. So, yeah, lovely guy. He actually offered to take our beer canisters off us and post them
on
in wherever he lives, Chico. Unfortunately, they were so entrenched in our backpacks and stuff, it wasn't really worth digging them out, but what a fantastic thing to offer. So thank you very much to Mr. Nicholas Eisen. Apologies for that, my camera decided to run out of battery. So yeah, that's where we had our little break. Met the day hiker, and we carried on to this up here, that water source, which is in fact Cook Creek Spring, I think, which was that's a point 3 off the trail, and a proper point 3. It's not a steep downhill, but it is a downhill, and it's one of those weird water sources where you're walking along a completely dry stream bed, all the while thinking, whoa, is there no water here? And then all of a sudden it goes from a dry stream bed to a fully running stream, and there's no, nothing. It just goes bang, hello, here's water. So, good water source. Yeah. And we carried on after our little water break. Whoops. We carried on walking the PCT the right way round. There's our water break. And started climbing. I mean, all of this is already slightly on a climb, but this is the proper climb to the Carter Meadow Trail Junction. There's another possible water source, but that's quite a long way off the trail, so we were still full of water, we didn't need it. And then we hit the switchbacks and started heading up. Had another little break there at one point because we randomly realized we had internet reception and cell phone reception, so we stopped for a water break and sorted out our lives a bit. Then carried on. Our aim was to have lunch at the top, get to the top and then have lunch, but we didn't quite make it. We went to, I think, round about here, these campsites, and had lunch there. Because it was a nice view, and yeah, we were tired and getting hungry, so. And then we carried on to the top. And then from then on, it's pretty much plain sailing downhill. I mean, this is where the snowbanks started to appear. But they weren't problematic ones or anything. So we headed downhill, all the way downhill to the PCT midpoint, where we met Chief and lost another hour just chatting. And then we had to leg it a little bit all this way down, but this is all a really, really nice gradient downhill, decent track, mostly wooded track, and we're here now, Soldier Creek.